What led you to personally focus on these topics of grounded, healthy, and conscious leadership?
Well, I started out my career in the Department of Psychiatry at the George Washington School of Medicine. And then I ended up treating executive families, but the fathers, who were successful businessmen, never showed up for treatment. And eventually I met them and I found them to be very highly driven, emotionally disconnected men. And I got very interested in the psychology and psychopathology of men in power. And I started volunteering with the Business Roundtable, and I had an opportunity to really study large global companies and how they were managing or mismanaging the whole human side of their business. And I got a call from the MacArthur Foundation in Chicago, who threw a bunch of money at me to study what healthy leaders are all about and their healthy companies, healthy in a very broad sense. One of the things that became part of my research was to study CEOs of large global companies, the Toyotas, the Electroluxes, the BPs, in this country, PepsiCo and Procter and Gamble and Boeing and the like. And I began to notice that the most successful CEOs were deeply self-aware and committed to their own development. And I began to notice some themes that were very important. Now, as the world has become so disrupted and accelerating with speed and uncertainty and complexity and technology and globalization and intense competition, we require a new kind of leader inside organizations. Leaders who they have to perform against their competencies, but they need to develop some uber capabilities, if you will, like self-awareness, like learning agility, like the capacity to adapt in real time, to live and thrive in uncertainty. These become personal capabilities that are critical for any leader, including an ERG leader. One of the things that I think is really important is that we traditionally have looked at leadership competencies and defined what leaders do. But what we say is that there's something before what leaders do, which is who they are as human beings. And we need to get much clearer about the fact that who you are drives what you do, which ultimately leads to how you perform. So the personal and professional parts of leadership, the well-being and the leadership fields are coming together like never before.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. Clearly, what you're talking about is the inside work. You're looking at what's going on the inside that produces what we're seeing on the outside, and how do we develop that? I think that's a great point and a nice insight.